Hello everybody and welcome back to Dr. Ghost Games. If y'all are new to the channel, welcome. I'm Dr. Ghost and I make content for the game World of Warships Legends. Today we're going to be on Fault Line. It's a domination mode and we are back in the Yamato. Now, on our side of the map here over at Alpha, we are going to be joined by a cruiser, and that is an Azuma. And as you guys are aware, the Azuma is probably one of the least best performing ships at Tier 7. And we are also joined by a John Bart, but right at the beginning, he's going to say, fuck this shit, I'm going to run over to the edge of the map. And yeah, that's fine for him. Sorry for swearing, but when people decide to abandon a flank, I tend to get a bit salty and I tend to get a little bit pissed. So, yeah. Now what we're doing here is we are right off the bat pushing in. Now, one thing you cannot do, no matter what, even if you die, is give up a flank. You can never give up a flank, especially on a domination mode. If you just give up enemy a cap for free, that's not good. That's not strategically responsible. You have to defend your side. Now, some of you guys are probably clicking on this video because of the title, and I said, is the Yamato bad? I think not. Well, I don't think it's bad. It's just it's not performing as well as most other Tier 7, or not Tier 7, legendary battleships. The reason why is because it's guns. The guns are weird. They got weird accuracy, they've got weird dispersion. It's very trolly, but that's typical Japanese stuff. Any of you guys who have played Japanese ships know that the guns are very trolly. And sometimes you'll get great accuracy, sometimes you'll get accuracy, and sometimes you'll get absolutely dog water accuracy, and that's normal. Now they have to balance it out somehow, you know what I mean? If they just give this thing railguns, it's going to make this ship broken. It already has the capability of overmatching every single ship in the game. It's got them monstrous 18.1 inch guns for a reason, and if it just gets railguns, it'll be broken. So they have to balance it somehow. Now it can be, of course, quite frustrating, and you might even hear me get quite salty, not in this video, but on my streams, and even when I'm just playing by myself or playing with division mates, we all just laugh and get quite salty at the dispersion. But remember, you still have that power of overmatching armor, although you may not have the best accuracy anymore. So we do take a shot off the first time at the Iowa, and we smack them for 24k with a Citadel, and we get another follow-up shot just now for another about 13,000 damage. Now, as you guys can see here, we are on fire, and that's because there's an enemy Suzuya and an enemy Conqueror here, and they're just going to keep burning us down. No skill at all required to do that. They're just going to sit in the back of the map, move up occasionally, and constantly use their HE. That's all they do, and they're not going to, kill me. They're actually just going to keep farming me until I get low on health, and I just have something called World to Rebuild. So they can keep spamming all they want. We get another Citadel on the Iowa, absolutely punishing him for going broadside, which should happen every single time someone screws up like that. And yeah, so I had to give a shout out to this Azuma. This Azuma, although he will die here later, he has been helping me in trying his damnedest to hold this side. He never gave up this flank, and that's why we ultimately win this flank. Also with the Percival, he's also been helping quite a bit as well. The John Bart, screw you. You decide to run away from a flank, you should just, honestly, you should rethink your strategy, because it's not the right play. You spawn on a flank, you need to hold that flank, even if it means you dying. At least you tried. That's all that matters. And I know it's the weak side, but however, I mean, still, you just can't give it up. You cannot give it to them for free. I'd rather fight for it and make them fight for it than just give it up for free. That's not what I do. So we're gonna, keep getting shots off, keep pounding these battleships, and that's what's ultimately going to win us this side. We're trying to use this island a little bit for our concealment and get shots over. The carrier is spotting him also with the Azuma. The Azuma is also spotting as well. I by accidentally ram into the Azuma here. Not much I can do about it. So what we're doing here is we're waiting for our guns to reload, and we're going to get another salvo off. Keep in mind, we're already up to 84,000 damage. I mean, we haven't been getting that good of accuracy lately, but we've been hitting them pretty hard and waiting for opportunities to arise and absolutely smacking them when they do arise. Now, we're actually not getting shot at right now. It's because we're concealed, and we're getting our will to rebuild. We're getting our health back up a little bit, so we are staying alive, and we are taking an opportunity here to keep pounding this Conqueror, so that way we can limit the amount of damage we take, but we can maximize the amount of damage he takes, and he doesn't have any shots on us. Sucks to be a Conqueror right now. So now, since he's behind the island, I'm going to begin the push-up any second now, and we're going to push into this cap. The Conqueror is almost dead at this point, and the enemy Suzuya shouldn't be a problem at all as long as I keep up my will to rebuild from this Azuma. I'm pretty positive we can take out that Suzuya as well. We're up to 108,000 damage. We're not, we're not doing that bad, but we're not doing that great either. We still need to get into a position here to take this capture point because we are back to caps. Now, however, our team is flipping a cap, but we are still behind a cap, and we need to get these caps flipped so we can get some points advantages on us. Now, we do fire off a full salvo at this broadside Azuma, and this should be absolute deletion. Now, it hits a little bit in the rear, and it doesn't get citadels, but we do manage to smack him for about half his HP, and showing him really why you should not pull out broadside in front of a Yamato. He knew I was here, so I don't know what he was thinking, but we punish him for it, and of course he gets a double fire, because why not? HE equals skill 100% of the time, obviously, as you guys can see there. No skill required at all. But I guess this guy thinks so, and we're going to smack him again with those 2 shells. That was decent dispersion, and we do hit him. And we absolutely rock his ship. Now, we are beginning to push around this island, but we want to slow down here because I don't want to get around to this Conqueror. I want to limit the amount of people shooting us. And actually, the Azuma does manage to take out that enemy, Suzuya, taking out all the HE spamming threats except the Conqueror. So now what we're doing here is we're going to push into the cap and ultimately push down this enemy Conqueror. Now, I was wondering throughout the whole entire game here, where is this enemy Shimakaze? The Shimakaze has yet to be spotted, and there was an enemy destroyer on the other side of the map, but I don't know where the Shimakaze is. So that's worrying me quite a bit. Now, we're not spotted when we pull around this island, which means he's probably over at Bravo or Charlie. Now, here later on, keep in mind, I want you guys to remember what I just said about that Shima. There's the torpedoes. So, the Shima is over here. Now, we just figured this out, but I think he's over behind the Conqueror. Now, we have to worry about that Shima, and we are going to need to get that carrier to spot him here soon. The Shima is going to cause us a lot of problems later down the road, but right now, our goal is to kill this enemy Conqueror. So what we are doing here is we are pushing him, and I don't know why our Azuma needed to do this, but I guess he did it anyway, and he is going to push an enemy Conqueror, which probably wasn't the best play in the world, because he doesn't have a lot of armor against HE, and if he's going broadside, he especially doesn't have a lot of armor against AP as well. But we are trying to rush over here, get behind this island here, and get around here to smack this enemy Conqueror. We know we can overmatch him. We know we can absolutely crap on him. We just got to get in position to do so. But we also want to stay in the cap, get this cap flipped as well. We need the points, because we are currently behind a lot of points. Now, we have 136,000 damage, and we are still going to be able to get some more here on this Conqueror. We are rolling around the side of the island here. We're trying to get a shot in to hopefully save our Azuma's life. There's not much we can do about it right now, and unfortunately, the Conqueror does take down our Azuma. There's nothing we could have really done about that, but his sacrifice will not be in vain, because now we're going to roll around this island. Now, we could have got absolutely obliterated here. If this Conqueror would have had AP aimed right at my freaking cheek right there, he could have absolutely deleted me. Now, we do knock out one of the Conqueror's guns, and we absolutely smack him as well, bringing our damage up to 163,000 damage. Our secondaries are popping off. We did manage to get the cap, but remember, that destroyer is lurking about. We have to worry about that quite a bit. We are turning in here also to angle our armor. We do have a 32 millimeter bow, so we can ricochet a majority of the Conqueror's shells, unless he's using HE. HE can absolutely scrap on us. And unfortunately for him, he's not using HE, and we absolutely smack him there, and we leave him on just enough health to attempt to go in here for a ram. Now, we realize this fact, so we start slowing our ship down, and we are desperately waiting for our main guns to reload so we can finish off this enemy Conqueror. Unfortunately, the Percival did not manage to finish him, so we have no choice but to do it ourselves. And we are very close to being rammed here. He was about a good 5 to 10 seconds away from ramming us, and he could have knocked out our guns there, but he did not, and we do manage to kill him, getting our first kill of the match and bringing our damage up to 176,000 damage. Now, the enemy Shimakaze is off to our starboard side. Now, at the time, I didn't think I knew this because I thought those torpedoes that were coming in were from the Suzuya. However, it was from the enemy Shimakaze, and I didn't know this at the time, but now, after the match, and I already know what happens, I'm not going to spoil it, but yeah, it is a Shimakaze, and I can tell you that, guys, that because I was in this match. So, anyway, what we're doing here is we're trying to get out here, and we're going to go over to Bravo. We didn't know at the time there's even a Shima over here. So my thought process was, let's go over to Bravo and support our team. And then we're spotted. I'm like, what are we spotted by? What is this? I was like, is a Shima over here? And then I looked on the map. Well, there hasn't been anything spotted, so it makes me think, yeah, there's a Shima over here. So what I do is I start taking evasive action. I turn in, because I think he has torpedoes inbound. I'm like, oh shit, he's got fucking torpedoes inbound, and looky there, who could have thunk it? Now, we are unfortunately gonna take a torpedo on the bow, or on the cheek, and it is, of course, because every single torpedo causes flooding. We have no choice but to put out that flood. Now, I should have switched over to HE, but I do it eventually. In the end here, there's nothing much I can do about it, and we're only on 10,000 HP. So I'm gonna, here in a minute, I'm gonna ping our carrier. I'm gonna say, hey, can you come spot this frickin' DD? Because we need him dead. I mean, a DD, I can't do anything against him otherwise. If he just wants to play with his concealment, he can, and he can absolutely screw me over. So I'm gonna start begging this Percival to come over here, and the Percival's right here, so he's not that far away. All he has to do is send a squadron over here to go spot the enemy DD. Whoopsies, I got invited to a party there. Sorry about that, if you guys heard any notification at all. But anyway, so what we're doing here is we're taking evasive action. We're not sailing in a straight line. When we turn right, we'll turn back to the left. We'll do a full turn, and we'll keep doing this. So we limit the amount of torpedoes, limit the amount of chances he has of hitting us. It is a Shima, and he still can hit us. All he needs is one, and we're gone. We're back to port. And now I start pinging. I think I started pinging the Percival here to come over and help me. And I believe he will here in a second send off a squadron. He's right now over on the other side of the map, over there dealing with those teammates, or the enemies over there. And as you guys can see there, we do dodge a set of torpedoes. Not bad at all. Now, since we know where he's at, we have a rust estimate, we do mark him on the map. We think he's over on the side of there. So what we're doing here is we're turning away. We do not want to chase down a destroyer. It's only a matter of time before he'll get a hit on us. So we turn away, which is the best opportunity for us right here, to limit the amount of torpedoes, limit the amount of time it takes for his torpedoes to get here. And he uses a widespread there. And now the Percival, good job to the Percival, he is sending his planes over to spot this enemy Shimakaze. And there he is. See, it's not that hard, carriers, to do your job. It's not that hard. Now, however, we are going to miss our first salvo here. We aren't really going to get any hits at all. And there's not much we can do about it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to fire off the last 2 AP shots here, and then we're going to switch over to armor HE. So keep that in mind. And all we need is this carrier to keep spotting him. And we're going to be fine. Now, unfortunately, he is going to hear any second, the Shimakaze is going to get all of his torpedoes off, and he is going to send them all. And we're not going to have much time to react to them. I mean, we are a Yamato, and 15 torpedoes is quite difficult to dodge if they're pretty close, even if you see them coming right when they're launched. So we fire off a full salvo of high explosive, and we absolutely rock him, getting our high caliber, getting a bunch of incapacitations, and he does manage to turn broadside, and he is attempting to get his torpedoes off. The carrier's bombs are returning back to the base, or his carrier, and he is now getting his torpedo bombers. Now, I see those torpedoes. I know I can dodge that first set. However, the second and the third, they look undodgeable. So I knew right here I'm probably screwed. There's nothing I can do. So I fire off my guns at the Shima. The first set we are going to dodge. The second one, though, we are not going to be able to dodge. The only way we're going to be able to dodge those if we turn. But that means we won't be able to get our guns off. So I choose here, you know what, screw it. I'm going to shoot my guns. I'm going to die here. But I'd rather get my guns off and smack the heck out of the Shima, take him on to nothing, so that way the carrier can have an easy time of finishing him. He's dead, or he's not dead, but I'm dead. I went down, but all we have to do is kill that Shima, and we will win the match. We are already winning still, and the carrier does actually, unfortunately, screw up his torpedo strike. So he's going to get them back up into the air, and he's going to get a cross torpedo strike on them, and he's going to send them down again. He's turning out, and then I think he's going to turn back in, which is fantastic. Get some more diving room, and he is going to take out the enemy Shimikaze, win us the game, and we're going to end off on 191,000 damage. And all he needs to do is hit him on the butt with a torp, and he's gone, and just like that, that's a win. So, yeah, I hope you all did enjoy this one, and I hope you did learn something as well. Maybe you guys learned something. If you guys did enjoy or you learned something, punch the like button. Leave a comment down below what you thought. I'm willing to get back to everybody as long as the comments are positive. And yeah, that's the end of the match. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out. Stay healthy, as always.